5 years ago, my entire life crumbled from one intentional smack across my face. The sting and heat hurting worse than words can describe. Sophia, the woman I trusted with my heart, my dreams, my whole world, embarrassed me in front of friends and strangers beneath the glow of a chandelier. The quiet that came next felt heavier than any shout. But that night didn't destroy me. It shaped me. This is my story of betrayal, transformation, and a payback so soft it could bring down kingdoms. Stay with me, because you won't spot it coming. Sometimes the worst wounds create the strongest weapons. Sophia was a whirlwind of charm, brilliant, captivating, the kind of woman who could make a crowded room feel like it existed just for her. I was her partner, her rock, pouring my soul into her vision. We built her fashion empire together, the nights spent hunched over coffee-stained tables, sketching designs on napkins. My family's inheritance funneled into her boutique. She called me her lighthouse, her safe harbor in life's storms. I believed her. No contracts, no doubts, just love. Or so I thought. But love can blind you to the truth. On her birthday, surrounded by her inner circle, her family, her investors, her adoring friends, she stood up, locked eyes with me, and slapped me hard. The kind of slap that stops time. Crystal glasses went still. Every eye in the room burned into me. I didn't speak. I didn't beg. I straightened my dress, lifted my chin, and walked out into the cold night, leaving behind the life I thought was mine. I slept in a rented car that night, the city lights blurring through my tears. Why? What had I done? The questions tore at me, but the answers were worse. Whispers spread like wildfire. Sophia told everyone I'd betrayed her, stolen her money, broken her trust, even raised a hand to her. Lies, every single one. But they clung to me, staining my name as I drifted, invisible in the ruins of my life. Then, a message from my only friend who doubted her story, Daniel, shattered her facade. He sent photos. Sophia, tangled in the arms of her business partner, her attorney, her lover. Weeks before that night, she drained our joint accounts, funneling every dollar into one under her name. That slap wasn't anger. It was her performance, staged to bury me. I could have crumbled, most would have, but I turned my pain into something sharper, disciplined. I didn't break. I rebuilt. I changed my name to Clara Vey, cut every tie, and vanished. I took jobs no one would expect of me, pouring drinks in grimy bars, mopping floors in warehouses, listening to the world's secrets. By night, I studied corporate law, financial forensics, the art of tracing money through shadows. I moved from city to city, Chicago's neon pulse, Miami's restless heat, building a network, planting seeds. I wasn't just surviving. I was preparing for something bigger. 2 years later, as Clara Vey, I bought a struggling cybersecurity startup. I threw myself into it, grew it, sold it for a profit that turned heads. I invested in tech ventures, snapped up failing companies, turned them into gold. By year 4, I was the silent force behind real estate deals, stretching from New York's skyline to San Francisco's coast. I'd built an empire of my own, but Sophia's betrayal still burned in my chest. It wasn't enough to rise. I needed justice. Then, an invitation arrived. A gold-embossed card from the Crescent Well Society, an elite retreat at the Sterling Estate, back in my hometown. I knew Sophia would be there. She lived for that world. Old money, new ambition, smiles that hid claws. I accepted, stepping back into her orbit as Clara Vey, venture capitalist enigma, the woman who'd outsmarted tycoons and reshaped industries. I was ready to face her. The banquet hall felt like a twisted echo of that night 5 years ago, like they traded secrets. Sophia didn't recognize me at first. The tailored suit, the confident tilt of my head, the name she'd never heard. But when our eyes met across the table, her glass trembled in her hand. She knew I was the guest of honor, toasted as the mastermind, who'd quietly acquired the holding company that owned her boutique chain. The same chain, now crumbling. Stores shuttered, her accounts frozen, her name drowning in a fraud investigation. Every signature, every deal traced back to her. After dinner, she cornered me in a shadowed hallway, her voice shaking. "You did this, didn't you?" I stepped closer, my voice low, steady, no Sophia. "You destroyed me. I just handed you the rope." I slid a folder into her trembling hands. Pages of evidence, tax evasions, shell companies, transactions. She'd signed in her own arrogance. "You built this cage," I told her. "I just locked the door." Her eyes searched mine for mercy. She found none. 3 days later, the headlines screamed Sophia Langston, fashion mogul, bankrupt amid fraud scandal, her allies, designers, sponsors, friends who'd once worshipped her, vanished like smoke. Image is a fragile thing, and hers shattered beyond repair. I'd spent years weaving the net. Quiet investments, whispered tips to regulators, every move calculated to let her own choices bury her. That night, I walked the streets of my hometown, the winter wind sharp against my skin. No crowds cheered, no banners waved, just silence, just peace. I still feel the echo of her smack sometimes when the world gets quiet, but it doesn't hurt anymore. It's a reminder of the woman I was, the one who loved too much, and the woman I became, the one who learned to handle trust like a blade. Sophia thought she'd wiped me out, but I was the shadow she never noticed. Payback isn't noisy. It's a signature on a contract, a whisper in a boardroom, a life rebuilt, step by quiet step. And now, I'm free.